Nick Hawkins outside the London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. Mike, lovely win in the end. Nice and comfortable in the end.
In the end, yeah. Very fortunate to go into into half time sort of not being 1-0 down.
You say that though. I thought we played really well the first 25.
It was just frustrating because it looked like the first 10 minutes we played with such a high intensity. We were really going up and at them, and then we sort of went off them a little bit, and like they sort of stopped. Wouldn't really say half chances because it was quite obvious to see that like a Neil Warnock side. It's not surprising that any Neil Warnock side would come to somewhere like this for a draw, put 10 men behind the ball and hope for the best. And obviously, had we gone 1-0 down, I think could have been a different game. But look, I mean, obviously we took, Perez come on for Arnautovic. Obviously, I hope the injuries are not too bad. And he done really well. He done really well. I mean, he was a
game changer, really.
But he was a questionable signing at the time when we got him. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, why did we spend 4 million on Lucas Perez, who didn't really do anything for Arsenal?" But obviously, we got options now. We've got a squad of players. I'm quite glad that I think in the last 2 games he's got his tactics right. But it was noticeable today that we didn't play with the same intensity, but I think it was Cardiff that didn't let us play with the same intensity. It was a different game, obviously coming straight off the Newcastle game.
The thing is, they're always going to come here and they're always going to try and make it tough and try to hit you on the break and get a penalty or a set piece or something like that, and they nearly did that.
A dirty team,
but once
not dirty in terms of like fouling, but you sort of go, if you put like Benitez and Warnock, you sort of say Benitez is more like the friendly manager and Warnock the bit like sort of, not quite up and at them, but like you're sort of like your Allardyce, and you know where I'm coming from.
But what does this mean win? I mean, this is going to propel us into Palace.
Well, it's back-to-back. His first back-to-back wins since January 2017, I think it was. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's a really bad stat to have. I think. I mean, it's obviously a very unwanted stat to have. But we've done it, and obviously with all these games now that are coming up, we should be looking to get. Palace are going to be a difficult side to play against on Saturday. Yeah. Make no bones about it. Then
Same as that, and we'll beat them, will we?
Do you know what? I mean, I think maybe now that obviously he needs to... I'm not saying like change the side too much, but maybe I've got like, I don't know, we just got to play with the same sort of intensity, the same sort of want, the same sort of desire. Yeah. That desire, that slick passing football that we're playing. It don't look like we're playing on the counter. It looks like we're actually like sort of going at teams, and like there's not really many bad performances. No bad performances that you can pick out of that side. I mean, special mention tonight's got to go to Snodgrass. 2 assists, and Snodgrass was a forgotten man at the start of the season. Yeah. And look what's happened now. He's like a mainstay in the team. Yeah. I mean, who'd have thought? And obviously,
and we wouldn't have it any other way, would we? Really?
Well, no, because he's fully deserving of his place in the side. I mean, I was a bit surprised, obviously, that on Saturday, because I wasn't there Saturday, Dean Garner obviously got dropped. He weren't even on the bench on Saturday. I don't know if that was down to an injury.
But listen, that's the pleasures of having a big squad.
Do you know what? I actually looked at our squad and I thought to myself, we haven't got that much strength in depth. But actually we have. Yeah. I think we actually have. I mean, we've shown there. But it would have been so easy tonight to have gone... Because when the game started, I thought, OK, you don't really change a winning team. There are obviously enforced changes in that side that we had to make. Now, you could have gone at the start of the game, you could have quite easily gone and started, say, Carroll and Perez. But then they're more impact players, rather. But then you could quite easily say the same about Hernandez. I mean, Hernandez had a few decent chances tonight, but I don't think it was one of his better games for us. Yeah. Anderson wasn't fantastic, really.
I think so. I thought he was brilliant.
Do you know what? I don't think it was great tonight. I thought that was you sort of see the good, bad, and the ugly of Anderson tonight. And I thought, obviously, probably on Saturday, like that was probably his best game that he's played for us in a claret and blue shirt. But like tonight, I didn't think it was all that.
All right, we'll leave it there. Mike, have a safe journey home.
Yeah, cheers.